Saa 12 imekwisha titiga dakika 40 Afrika Mashariki. Mtazamaji, bado tunasalia katika mdahalo mkubwa sana na inafurahisha kwamba jinsia ya kike wanazama katika kwa madaktari wa mifugo.
Right, absolutely nice to see. Now continuing with our conversation on deworming. How do I do it when I am milking my goat on a daily and I still want to make sure I'm not running losses on the days when my goat is going through the withdrawal symptoms from deworming?
Okay, thank you so much. So for the deworming, it's a regular thing you do after every 3 months, but also depends with the age. So when for a kid, at 2.5 months is when you wean, and then from then on you give the dewormer, and then you give a dewormer in 1 month. Duration ya 1 month, alafu unampa another month, unampa dewormer, then hadi afike around 6 months. From 6 months, that's when you do the 3 months dewormer period. So for the regular deworming, so what happens in a farm, uko na wale mbuzi, tuseme kama uko na mbuzi 20 in a farm, utasema hivi, so that your farmers, your clients cannot complain that they miss milk, you'll take some few, deworm them today, and then after the withdrawal period is over, about 2 to 3 days, deworm the next batch, so that uko umepata like the maziwa ya kupelekea the farmers, and these are the lot, deworm them, and then stay for another 2 to 3 days, deworm another lot. By the time you have a regular constant supply of milk, and then you still have your constant regular deworming procedure.
Right.
Yes.
Okay.
Good.
Wakati mkulima anataka kuendeleza kile tunaita asidi nasaba au DNA ya kuzalisha maziwa, atachagua vipi yule ndume ili asipoteze ile hatua kubwa ya kuendeleza kabisa maziwa kwa mbuzi wake?
Okay, first of all, when selecting kwa kumchagua yule ndume wa kusaya, you have to go to the farm, do a farm visit, select a good and a pure breed. You have to obtain like the progeny of the goat. Like the farmer will have this information. Utauliza maswali kadha wa kadha. Unajua kuna sometimes you just go to the farm, unasema nataka yule juu namuona ni mkubwa, nataka yule azalishe mbuzi wangu, lakini si vivyo. Huyo mkubwa anaweza kuwa na some diseases, maybe he was sick some few days ago. So what you should ask, what was the last medication you gave to this dog, to this breed of a goat? What disease did it come down with, and like for how long has it been sick? How regular does this goat become sick? Because utapata some diseases, they are spread through genetical makeup. Like utapata some diseases are inherited from the sires. So utauliza some questions. You also look at the body physique. Unaangalia yule the male, are the fit okay, zinatoshana vizuri. So how huyu amezalisha mara ngapi, unauliza pia hiyo swali. Na wale amezalisha wamekuwa successful, kuna kuwa na any deaths, pia kuna zile sexually transmitted diseases. You have to be also constant like with the farmer mwenye anakupatia yule ndume, umuulize, have you vaccinated against some certain diseases? When was like in an area maybe kulikuwa na outbreak, you also look at that. If there was an outbreak of a certain disease, has this farmer vaccinated? So ndivyo like you choose your best sire.
Right. Now when you talk about milk production,
yes,
which is why we're in the business, all right, for dairy goats,
yes,
you mentioned that your Alpine, with its good production, can give about 3 to 4 liters in a day.
Yes.
We'd want to know if that's the peak production from the goat, how long, how many months will you get that level of peak production from your goat?
Okay, so you get a level of peak production for about, in an year, you get, especially when she's from giving birth and when she's about to get pregnant again, that is when you get the highest production levels. So for this, you have to also like, the more you feed your animal, the more it gives you production. Nipe nikupe, mpe huyu mbuzi a good nutritional content, na atakupa yale mazao ambayo unataka. For the dose, you have to give like a higher nutritional content that contains a higher protein diet. You also have to give like supplements, zile chumvi. Now, one mistake that I find many farmers doing, wanapatia zile, unaenda tu kwa agrovet, unasema, nipe chumvi. Hakuna ya mbuzi, nipe tu ya ngombe. That is not right, because one, hizi chumvi za ngombe, ziko na like a lot of copper they have a lot of copper in it. And goats are very susceptible to copper poisoning. So that is not right. Utapata mtu ameenda kanunua zile na ni hii chumvi ni ile ya kuongeza maziwa, and then you're like, okay, what happened? I gave this and this and this happened. So it's your fault. Okay, you shouldn't give zile salts ambazo ni za ng'ombe. Kuna vital mbuzi, pea hiyo. If you give the required supplements, your nutrition content is good, you get high milk production.
Okay. Naomba kurejesha nyuma kidogo. Ulipozungumza kuhusu ndume ukasema kwamba kuna siku ambazo atachoka.
Yes.
Sasa yule mkulima atajuaje kwamba ndume wake amechoka, hafai kuzalisha tena?
Kama amezalisha ametoka kuzalisha in like less than around 2 weeks, anafaa kupewa break. Like give your back a break. Then after like 2 to 3 weeks anaweza rudi tena. Even when you take your back to the farmer, hafai kukana wao mbuzi like throughout, haufai kukaisha throughout, because one, there are a lot of reasons for that. One, kukalisha like the male na female, it will also like interact with the taste of the milk. Utapata kuna kale kasent kambuzi kako bado kwa maziwa. So when you're taking your goat to like a sire with the female, inakaa kidogo unatoa, inakaa kidogo unatoa, inakaa kidogo unatoa.
All right. Okay. Now, as we get towards winding up this conversation, there's someone who's listening to us and has picked the fact that per day peak production is about 3 to 4 liters.
Yes.
And they're thinking, if I compare with a cow, Frisian being the Alpine version, when it comes to cow, I'm talking 25 liters. And they're struggling to see how, goat farming is lucrative. And maybe they're not even in a position yet to get into the business of cow farming. What can you tell them? How can you position goat farming as a lucrative business for someone who's questioning the amount of liters I'll get in a day?
Okay. There are very many reasons as to why goat farming is very more productive. One, like I said, like the space for one cow, you could put 6 goats in it. Yes, the goat will give you 2 to 4 liters a day, and one cow will give you 25 liters. Let's talk about the feeding. Tumbo ya mbuzi ni ndogo kulingana na the size of the goat, na kulingana na the size of the cow, you have to have a lot of feed. Sahi commercial dairy mill, you also have to supplement your dough with a commercial dairy mill. So for the commercial dairy mill, yule mbuzi atakula kiasi kidogo na yule ng'ombe atakula kiasi kubwa, because there has to be a constant. You give according to the weight of the goat. So, and you also give according to the weight of the cow. So if you see, you're giving around 4 kgs per kg of the cow to this cow, the commercial dairy mill, and at the same time you utapata unapatia kama 2 kgs kwa yule mbuzi. So one, even the feed is ni mingi, ni kidogo, and it is very cheap.
So you can confirm that goat farming is lucrative.
Very lucrative.
Great.
Asante sana kwa kueleza kwa undani kabisa kuhusiana na masuala ya mbuzi, na nakupatia kuvulia koja kwa sababu ya kukubali kuwa jinsia ya kike aliyepambana na kwa mpambanaji mkubwa sana katika sekta hii. Kwako mtazamaji, vile vile umefuatilia kabisa kwa kina, ukafahamu mengi kutoka kwake, anamiminika maarifa kweli kweli. Nisemeje, jina langu ni Emmanuel Terera. Salia na Mwenyezi Mungu, kumbuka tutatimiza ndoto.
Well, that's all the time that we did have for you today. Thank you so very much, Assumpta, for making time to be with us today. And good job for being a qualified vet surgeon at only 24 years.
Thank you so much.
Good job. And just so you know, the family of Assumpta, they are farmers, and they came all the way to show her support. Look at them. Yes, that is what we talk about when we're saying support from your family. Thank you so very much for coming as well. Of course, the team for making this show look as good. Thank you, and our audience for choosing to be with us every single day of the week. We say a very big thanks. And as usual, Terrell, you know how we do. Lazima kukue na farm joke of the day. Si hivyo, lakini at least today try.
Okay.
Promise. Promise, you'll get it. All right, so my farm question of the day is, what's a potato's least favorite day of the week?
Tuesday.
Assumpta? Tuesday. All right, Assumpta?
Friday.
And the answer is Friday.
Oh, wow.
Surely, why not salimia kwa nini?
Ni salimia.
Yes. Look at, she's bright. That's all the time we did have for you today. We'll see you again tomorrow, where we will be continuing with our conversation on cotton farming in Kenya. You do realize we look this good thanks to a cotton farmer somewhere. Once again, Eid Mubarak to all our Muslim brothers and sisters. Thank you so much for watching. My name is Violeta Ngina. Goodbye.